Alright folks, next week's looking absolutely stacked for VR, and if you've just got yourself a MetaQuest PSVR2 or a solid PCVR rig, there's something new dropping that you'll definitely want on your radar. And we've got the lowdown on what's worth your time and wallet. So let's dive into what's coming your way. Of Lies and Rain. Mark your calendars, because Of Lies and Rain is giving us a taste of its world on the 10th of September with a playable preview. This isn't a short teaser either. You'll be able to dive into the opening level for about an hour of gameplay, which should be more than enough to feel out the vibe before the full release rolls around. It's shaping up to be one of those story-driven VR shooters that really leans on atmosphere, mystery, and some heavy sci-fi world building. The setup is bleak and intriguing. It's the year 2048, your memory's been wiped clean, and humanity has been forced underground after a 20-year war. The surface is crawling with hostile machines and bizarre new life forms, while a mysterious voice pushes you toward one mission. Take down ADE, the AI responsible for humanity's downfall. Just 5 developers have been building this game over the past 2 years, pouring everything they've got into making it stand out. With a planned 2025 launch, they're not rushing things, which means we could be in for something carefully polished.
Ready?
Ready.
Let's go.
Dungeons of Eternity. If you've ever wanted to swing a sword in VR until your arms feel like jelly, Dungeons of Eternity might be the one to keep an eye on. Dropping 11th September, this co-op fantasy adventure promises endless dungeon crawling, loot chasing, and monster slaying, with the kind of hack and slash action VR was basically made for. You can swing swords, hurl axes, draw a bow, or go full wizard mode with staffs and magic. The deal is simple. Survive long enough to make it out alive. The real hook here is choice. You can party up with up to 4 friends and coordinate your way through the chaos, or just dive in solo if you prefer the lone hero route. Either way, teamwork or sheer stubbornness is going to be tested, because these dungeons aren't static. They're procedurally generated, meaning every run throws new rooms, traps, puzzles, and secret chambers at you. No 2 adventures will feel the same, which should keep things fresh. Early hands-on impressions are already glowing, with some calling it one of the best VR co-op experiences out there. So yeah, might be worth hitting that wishlist button before launch day sneaks up.
Let the battle begin! Pick your troopers! Explore dynamic worlds!
Table Troopers. Dropping on Quest to September 11th, Table Troopers is here to turn your living room into a chaotic battlefield. This one's all about mixing physics-driven mayhem with turn-based strategy, so expect every match to end with someone laughing, someone raging, and probably half the battlefield blown to pieces. You'll be commanding a squad of quirky little characters, while unleashing everything from airstrikes to ridiculous gadgets, all of which can flip the tide of battle in hilarious ways. The environments are fully destructible, which means there's no safe cover for long. Wind, angles, and terrain all matter when you line up your shots, so skill is just as important as luck. There's a full single-player campaign with 3 chapters if you want to go solo, but the real fun is playing online with friends. It feels tailor-made for social play. Quick matches, unpredictable outcomes, and plenty of "did you see that" moments. One of the cooler features is mixed reality. You can actually merge the battlefield with your own space, letting tanks roll across your coffee table or missiles crater your carpet, or just dive into full VR if you want total immersion. Either way, expect a lot of explosions and plenty of laughs. Zix. Launching in early access on the 18th of September, Zix looks like one of the most ambitious VR roguelikes we've seen in a while. Instead of sticking to familiar dungeon formulas, it throws you straight into cosmic chaos, where everything feels like a trippy ritual. You play as an acolyte, a servant of the deity Zix, tasked with twisting reality itself. Before each run, you'll mix ingredients harvested from strange worlds, and the results are never predictable. One ritual might spawn tombstone turrets, another could saddle you with a giant unstoppable beast, or maybe you'll just discover friendly fire is suddenly very real. The combat system is called First Instinct, and it's built to make movement feel like second nature. No menus, no face buttons, just pure motion with dashes, wall runs, throws, and weapon swings flowing together like you're choreographing your own action movie. The blessings from Zix can change your playstyle, from teleporting with thrown blades to turning dashes into explosions. You can dive in solo or pull in up to 2 friends, but co-op brings extra chaos, especially with PC players dropping in as spectator imps to bless or sabotage your run. Expect unpredictability, creativity, and a heavy dose of beautiful destruction. And that'll be all the new releases this week. Let's take a look into what else is happening. DrakkenRidge channels classic RuneScape energy in VR. If you've been craving a VR game that channels the spirit of old-school RuneScape, DrakkenRidge might just scratch that nostalgic itch. Out now on Quest 3 and 3S, this semi-open world fantasy adventure trades flashy realism for a retro-inspired art style that feels straight out of the late 90s. Priced at $19.99, it drops you onto a chain of islands filled with dungeons, quirky NPCs, and plenty of combat that's more physics-driven than button-mashy. Your journey starts on Skull Island, a tutorial zone that teaches the basics like equipping gear, crafting potions, and, of course, swinging your sword in VR. Combat is surprisingly engaging. Enemies punch, kick, and sling unblockable spells, while archers and mages keep you moving. Nailing a parry not only looks cool, but boosts your damage, which makes timing everything. Customization is a big deal here too. You can go classic with sword and shield, experiment with battle mage builds, or just dual-wield spells if that's your style. It's not perfect. Bugs pop up here and there, but the charm and scope fit the studio well. Deadpool and Laser Dance. Top Quest Wishlists this September. A leaked image making the rounds among VR devs seems to give us a peek at Meta's coming soon page, this time with actual wishlist numbers attached. Meta hasn't confirmed anything yet, but if it's legit, the data shows which games Quest players are most excited about. And no surprise here, Deadpool VR is way out in front. Nearly 200,000 people have it wishlisted ahead of its November release, making it the clear heavyweight for this fall. Right behind it is Laser Dance from Thomas Van Boel, the creator of Cubism. Sitting at over 50,000 wishlists, it's shaping up to be a real standout, thanks to its clever use of mixed reality. The game lets you turn your living room, or whatever space you've got, into a laser-filled obstacle course that you have to dodge and weave through. It's already been delayed once, but that makes sense when you're building something that depends so much on precision tracking. Also climbing the charts is Forefront from Triangle Factory, the team behind Breaches and Hyperdash. With a goal of 32-player large-scale VR battles, it's closing in on 50,000 wishlists of its own. Looks like the wishlist race is heating up. Mage, a fast-paced VR arena shooter, locks in October, release on Quest and Steam. Circle October on your calendar, because Mage is bringing its chaotic arena battles to VR soon. Developed by Nervous Systems and published by Fast Travel Games, this co-op arena shooter drops 16 October on Quest for $9.99, with Steam players getting their turn on the 21st of October. There's even a flat screen mode on PC if you want to swap the headset for a monitor. The game throws you into brutal arenas where enemies swarm from every angle. You can fight alone or with up to 2 other players, with difficulty scaling to match your squad size. Elemental runes let you fuse spells in each hand, giving you flashy ways to combine firepower and strategy on the fly. Add in cross-platform, multiplayer and global leaderboards, and you've got the makings of a competitive VR rush. If you tried the single-player demo last month, you'll be glad to know a co-op demo is dropping 13th October during Steam Next Fest. That should give PCVR players a taste of the frantic teamwork before launch. Expect fast-paced magic slinging, constant pressure, and the kind of action that leaves you sweating when the dust settles. And that's a wrap on next week's VR lineup. And, well, there's plenty to keep your headset charged and ready. Personally, I can't wait to see which one grabs the spotlight first, but now it's your turn. What's catching your eye? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to wishlist the ones you're curious about. Until then, happy gaming, and I'll catch you in the next VR Roundup.